I went into Whole Foods a few days ago. I don't normally shop there. It's kind of far and expensive. I was just curious and I was in the neighborhood. I was looking at all the chicken and I noticed that they had different prices per pound, but I couldn't see a clear reason why. They had some pieces that were the same, but they had different prices. This guy that worked there asked me if I was finding everything okay. I asked why the prices were different. I wasn't planning on buying anything. That question was just kind of resting in my mind. It's like when he hit me with that question, it kind of sprung it loose, like it was just bubbling to the surface. When you want to know something, and the curiosity begins to get so strong, it's like an itch. And the only way to scratch this itch is to find an answer to this question. Now, I don't think I would have actively sought the answer to that question. It would probably have been many of the curiosities that bubbles up, bounces around near the top of your brain, and kind of sinks back down. But the dude asked me right when the bubble of curiosity was at a maximum. As soon as I asked him the question, I knew I shouldn't have. Sometimes curiosities lead to more unanswered questions. I could see the quick flash of cluelessness on this guy's face. He quickly recovered it and gave me some general answer about non-GMO or different levels of GMO. I'm not even sure I remember correctly. Once I saw his flash of uncertainty followed by an attempt to formulate a legitimate sounding answer on the spot, I kind of gave up. After he finished, this woman approached me. I thought she was going to give me a much more deeper answer to the question that was once upon a time only a random curiosity that should have sunk back down to the bottom of my brain. But instead she started talking about energy, how all things are energy. We eat food for energy, but it takes energy to make energy. That doing a simple calculation of how many calories it takes to walk to Whole Foods is impossible. Your body runs on calories, but it takes calories to make calories. Somebody who only eats high-quality beef walking to the store will, all things considered, require a lot more calories than somebody who only eats the naturally grown bananas in their backyard. For example, it takes approximately 10,000 calories of energy to produce a 1,000 calorie steak. So somebody who burns 300 calories walking to the store really takes 3,000 calories, since that's the energy it took to create the food to give them that 300 calories. But beyond that, everything is energy. One thing humans don't understand is how to operate effectively as energy beings. Little kids know how to do this when they play on the swings. Nobody needs to teach them. They instinctively know how to move in perfect resonance with the swing set. She said all people have the potential to do this on a very deep and profound level. That if we take the time to get into pure resonance with all the energy required to sustain us, we can do great things. She said she used to belong to a commune specifically set up for this purpose, to spend as much time as needed to get into perfect resonance with all the energy systems. It takes time, but if you can develop patience, you can do this. If you can be patient enough and be able to pay attention to this, you'll understand that if you commune perfectly with all the energy sources, you can develop telepathic powers. If you maintain patience, you can develop telekinetic powers. You can learn to move things with your mind. You can learn to meditate to a level of levitation, of being able to levitate your body. But it seems that humans are programmed with a natural internal limit to this, that if we do this too much, we'll start to dream about making money. We'll start to think about how you can use your skills to become famous, how you might use your skills to become rich. And it is this desire to become rich, it is this desire to become famous, which has the opposite energy structure of your natural ability to levitate and open your psychic abilities. She said she's been back and forth to that commune several times in the past 10 years. Every time it's the same process. First, you get excited about learning how to do this. Then you become comfortable with your new skills. Then you begin to dream about fame and fortune. Then you want to get back and interact with others. You want to share this with others so that they might learn this, but also that you can benefit somehow. Then she left me standing in the chicken aisle. I wanted to ask for her number, but I think she put me in some kind of trance where I was unable to speak. When all your thoughts feel stuck inside your brain, not quite ready to come out just content to swirl around and replicate and evolve and change your thoughts into more deeper and profound ideas. She made my mind go into hallucination mode, where all I could do was imagine that this was possible. Perhaps she knew that if I started talking, I wouldn't be able to remember this. I wouldn't be able to think about this. I wouldn't be able to dream about this. She was right about using energy. Everything we do takes energy, including chickens. Generally, I like eating chicken thighs. I know chicken breasts are healthier, but when I cook them, they taste kind of dry. Of course, that may be because of my cooking skills rather than the texture of the meat.